If every time that there's an attack against a Hamas site, not against a civilian area that doesn't have Hamas, but specifically a Hamas site that is shooting rockets onto Israeli civilians, and Israel does everything to warn the population there to leave by phone calls, by text messages, by leaflets, sometimes sent 72 hours before, we can see the intent here is to minimize civilian casualties.
And just to be clear,
so this is an example of what Israel does in order to have civilians die at large or as part.
I understand. Just to be clear, the reason you're saying that is because if they didn't do this, which by the way, it's actually a funny standard that you give to Israel, that if they drop leaflets before bombing somebody, that they are proactive and that they're trying to save civilian life. That's actually required by international law. So it's the bare minimum.
And
I just want to make clear. I just want to make
warning
clear.
people before
if
attacking.
they didn't do that, you would say that, well, clearly that's intent to kill civilians, right?
And in the moment, there's no ability to send leaflets or warning, and people get killed in the process. Then there are situations where not warning doesn't make it a genocide. So here's an example when certain situations. I know that you're college and you're on the media and everything else, but I actually went to war. So there's certain situations that develop live where Hamas pops out of nowhere, starts shooting at IDF soldiers. There's a gunfight. There are people who are civilians who are killed, and that is not a genocide because they didn't warn. That's why not warning doesn't make it a genocide either. If the intent is to kill people, then it is a genocide.
I'm assuming that you're talking about when safe zones are bombed, when refugee camps are bombed, leaflets are dropped.
Safe zones were safe before Hamas entered, and then they're no longer safe, correct?
Wait, which shows that Israel's not trying to commit a genocide, right? If you made that point that Israel's dropping leaflets, which shows that they're not intending to commit a genocide, supposedly, if they didn't drop leaflets, that would be showing intent to commit a genocide.
Israel does everything that it can to prevent civilian casualties. That is a proof that shows that its intention is not to kill Palestinian civilians. Do Palestinian civilians get killed?
I'm going to give you an example.